Welcome to the Steelers Realm Podcast. And now, here are the boys of Steelers Realm.
Hey, welcome Steelers Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Realm Podcast. JT here with none other than the one and only Freight Train, back in the saddle, behind the engine. What's going on, brother? Welcome back.
JT, I feel like I haven't been on here with just you in like ages, man.
I
Like
know. That's
the boys are finally back in town, you know?
That's it. When I heard the news, I'm like, hey, we're getting the band back together.
Yeah, we're just missing the fiddler.
Yeah. The diddler? You said the diddler?
The diddler. Yeah, TA the diddler.
Yeah. So out on the road. It's conference week. So enjoy conference con, whatever the con.
Well, if TA's there, it's a Comic Con. It's no conference con.
Furry con.
Yeah. But no, it's good to be back, man. I should be back to being a regular. Had a little bit of a lifestyle change, but take an adjustment. Glad to be back.
Us too. Yeah. So, hey, spring is right around the corner, man. At least we haven't had snow for a couple days, anyhow. Warm weather. Cooking out this weekend, man.
Dude, we've had enough rain the past 2 days. I thought about building an ark.
Higher ground.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely been warm, man. Sight for sore eyes.
No kidding. Fly fishermen out there saw a stoneflies. Had 3 or 4 of them on me just being outside on the porch today. Out there. Get out there.
Yep.
Well,
about that time.
A lot of water, though. But anyhow, yeah. So good news. Shout out producer in the background running your comments. So make sure to get a shout out there. Anyhow, I'm back in the saddle here. It's been a couple weeks off for me. And certainly miss you guys. Hadn't been a lot of Steelers news up until recently. So interested to get your take. I haven't had a chance to. Your guys' take on, the combine, who's looked good going in, but maybe not so good coming out, and vice versa. And as well as, the big question on everybody's mind in the last couple hot topics, who's who, free agents, moves. Are we going to have a quarterback come back from last year? That kind of stuff too. So looking forward.
Here we go again. Broken record.
Here we go again. And there's names getting thrown out. I'm just going to say it right now because there's a name getting thrown out there I am so freaking sick of hearing about already. I just don't. What are we doing here, folks? But anyhow, I digress. So time to get into it. Producer, get your comments out there. Any questions and your thoughts? I know they will. Once DJ comes out of the shower and settles in for a bubbly, he'll be jumping on as well too. But interesting dates, and this is for my benefit as well too, getting caught up on stuff. Legal tampering opens March 9th.
March 9th. Couple days.
And then 2 days later, free agency kicks off. So I guess the timeliness of it, franchise tag deadline passed. Some names got put on it. Some notable names, former Pittsburgh Steelers names. And, some did not. So there's a couple
some guys said I was surprised that did not get franchise tag too.
Yes, we may be thinking about the same guy. Who knows? But so what else? New cap record, $301.2 million. That is up from What?
Last year? That seems like it's a new record every single year, you know?
It just that money just keeps flowing in. Hey, we're
Mhm.
going international now, baby.
Right? Yeah. Man, I need to go international, JT. Goodness gracious.
Doing worldwide, Mr. Worldwide.
Prestige worldwide, wide.
Oh man, yeah. So Steelers 50 million in top 51 cap space, giving them 8th most spending in the NFL. I like
We
that.
got money. We got money.
We got money,
Mhm.
and we got a few draft picks too.
Mhm.
So is this a positioning? We're just positioning. We're falling right into it. So
It puts us in great trade positioning. I will say that.
sure, and we got a lot of free agents out there though too that could get snapped up. This is going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy year.
Mhm.
Um, so well, let me ask you guys this, and maybe we can kind of go around the horn on this one. What do you think? Veteran trade market. How much emphasis do you think is going to get thrown out there?
I don't.
Veteran,
I,
you know,
I don't think very much emphasis. You know, there's some young guys out there that's available for trade that I think we have our eyes on, but yeah, I don't think we can afford to get any older than what we already are, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
no, true, true. I don't know about you. I mean, we were all hoping to get much younger and much more creative in
Mhm.
things. Uh,
I mean, there's only a couple spots that I think we could really put a veteran in. That would be either the wide receiver
right.
position. We could use a
Yeah.
veteran, running back possibly. You know, I think the Kenneth Gainwell veteran thing helped out a lot last year. Um, but as far as like in the trenches, we got to get younger. Got to get younger in the trenches. I know the offensive line's pretty young, but I like it that way. But we definitely don't need age in the secondary.
No, no, and that's kind of been problematic for a while now. Really.
Mhm.
I mean, JPJ solid, solid now. Um, just don't have that other side locked down and in the middle, since we
Mhm.
traded Minka. And there's another name been floating around, uh, too, not to jump the tracks here, but
Well, I can cut that right now. The only way we can get him back is if he is released and is signed. We cannot trade for Minka anymore because we already traded him away.
correct.
So he can no longer be traded back to us. So
Yeah, seen crazier things happen though.
and I can't see Miami just straight up releasing him. They could get something for him. He's only 27 or 28 years old. He's still relatively young.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Should be in the prime of his career right now, man.
Which we thought was what we saw in Pittsburgh. That was just the beginning of it, as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah. Um, I don't have anything against Minka as a player. I was disappointed that he wasn't a bigger factor. Of course, coming from the Troy Polamalu tree down the
Mhm.
road, I think he had to be utilized in different ways that limited his.
Well, JT, with the history of this team, you know, especially in certain positions, you have to be an all-world player to be recognized with this organization. You know what I mean? He already came in the shadow of Troy Polamalu. You got to be a Hall of Fame caliber player to even be compared to something like Troy. You know what I mean? And it's goes,
It goes without saying, right?
multiple. Right. That's just like how we're going with the quarterback situation. We're trying to compare everything to what Roethlisberger was. We don't really know how to start at ground zero.
Well, like TA, I remember vividly the Bradshaw days and then the transition to the Roethlisberger days was a brutal one.
Hmm.
I mean, you
Yeah.
talking like
Some teams get lucky, man. Some, like the Packers, they always get lucky and have somebody waiting in the wings. That doesn't happen for every team.
well,
You know,
Steelers did not have a plan for that post Roethlisberger.
they still don't.
Well,
Let's be
ho
honest here.
hopefully Big Mike does. Hopefully Big Mike does. So, but anyhow, getting back to the wide receiver thing, combine. Anything
Yeah.
pop up wide receiver wise for
Well, I
Steelers?
will say,
Rumbling.
two guys that I really think that Pittsburgh has their eye on is Mekhi Lemon out of USC and Carnell Tate out of Ohio State, who is 6'2", 190.
Now you're
Played really
talking.
well at Ohio. We like those big receivers. Well, disappointing 40 times at 4.53, but it's just kind of how much do you look into what these guys run at a 40 in combine? I don't put a whole lot of stock in it because you're not running straight lines in the NFL consistently. Okay,
Right.
you gotta have the vertical and the horizontal speed. And I watched Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. He has exactly that to go with the size. I don't think there's anything to be worried about that. And then with Mekhi Lemon, who I was really high on, he's kind of undersized at 5'10", 190, but if you watch him at USC, has a knack of getting open. He has a knack of finding the soft spot in coverages and sitting down and being open. He's got a high football IQ.
Yeah.
Well, according to some reports, is he reportedly bombed his podium interviews with some scouts and some teams.
No.
So how much stock are you putting into that, JT?
Yeah.
How much stock are you putting into an interview compared to what a guy puts on tape on a football field?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, right?
It's a show, man. It's a show, right?
I the NFL has gotten to the point where they put too much stock into what these guys are like on interviews rather than how they used to back in the old days of you find football players. You have a football team. We don't have a math competition out here. We don't have a math competition team. We have a football team.
No.
This guy clearly plays at an elite level in a position that you need. Okay, wide receiver is the position that we need for this team.
Right.
Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Obviously what we had last year was not working. DK can't do it all by himself. Calvin Austin isn't what everybody thought he was. Adam Thielen is
Gone.
over the hill and gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retired.
So this is obviously a position that I think we're more than likely going to take in the first round. If I was betting man, I would say we're taking a wide receiver.
Well,
but the risers.
Here's what we're going to do before we get into that. I mean, here's what we're going to do in this offseason as we work our way into things here is each week we're going to jump into, position by position breakdown on who we have, who we might be losing, and who are good prospects for that position.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun each week with different position group and dig into that too. But, back to, let's see what else. So we're going to finish up with the fallers. We're going to hit the fallers.
Those were the faller. We got to hit the risers.
Okay.
So another riser was Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State. He's 6 foot 185, but he's a very physical wide receiver. You know how we like our physical wide receivers. We got receivers in the laurels of the Pittsburgh Steelers who were physical wide receivers. I don't have to name them all. You all know them.
How about a number 8?
This guy, Jordan Tyson, fits that mold. Very physical, does well in the run block game as a wide receiver. I think he would look good in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. They say he's the most talented, but there's a terrifying medical report that, he's torn a meniscus, PCL, MCL, the knee injuries. But JT, knee injuries aren't the death of an NFL football player anymore like they used to be.
Not anymore. And we're dealing with one now.
Yeah.
high school athlete injuries.
Yeah. With the medical tech, the way the medical field is now, it's so advanced. These guys' knees actually come back stronger than they were before. Look at Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's a perfect example of that. Had a devastating knee injury in Georgia, went on to have a great career in the NFL, with the Cleveland Browns. We all know he's got a front row seat to it.
Yeah.
But,
absorb that every
right. So I'm not looking really much into that. And then there's also KC Concepcion, who's kind of a smaller guy. ran a 4.48. He's a good route runner. But they say he had some concentration drops last year. We already dealt enough with dropsies. So I don't know how high this guy will be on our board compared to the prior three that I named. But all this could be good attention. I think number one receiver is number one on our list in the draft, but who's to say we don't go out and trade for one or look at the free agent market?
That's true.
You know?
Veteran.
Yeah.
The veteran market out there. So, well, where do you want to go next with this then? Any other mentionables? You want to go quarterback? Anything stand out in the quarterback side of things?
I mean, I'm not as high on this quarterback class. I mean, I don't have the number one pick to take, the kid out of Indiana.
Right.
I'm not a Carson Beck fan. Never have been. He's won in college because of his defenses in Georgia. Garrett Nussmeier turns the ball over way too much. Makes stupid decisions. Way too much.
Yeah.
He's got good size as a quarterback, but he turns the ball over way too much. But there is one name. There's one name that keeps getting linked to us, and I'm not sure why. And that's the boy out of Penn State. I don't know what.
You ready to go there?
Rich, Mr. Smoke. What's up, buddy? I don't understand the Drew Aller situation. To me, he reminds me too much of J.J. McCarthy. They are the same mold. J.J. McCarthy drafted extremely way too high, didn't do jack diddly in Michigan. One, because of the defenses in Michigan. And, JT, you got a front row seat to Drew Aller. What's the one knock on him? He can't win the big game.
Yep.
Can't win the big game. Rich Franklin took all the heat for it, but Drew Aller had just as much part to play in that as Rich Franklin did. So,
yeah, that was rough to watch too. That was rough to watch too.
You could throw a football through a car wash and it be dry, but if you can't, you have no accuracy, can't complete nothing. What good are you? You got
to hit them when you need them.
And most of the time, JT, when I watched Penn State, he'd have maybe 200 yards passing, but he was trying to run the ball all the time. It doesn't work in the NFL. It doesn't work. It just doesn't.
No.
He doesn't have Lamar Jackson speed. He doesn't have any of that.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not as high on this quarterback class. I mean, I guess if like a guy like Nussmeier or somebody's in available in the 6 rounds, maybe. But we took one last year in the 5th, 6th rounds that I think could deserve a shot too. So we're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Cool. All right. Anything else through the combine that you think could affect Steelers?
There's one guy.
Well,
we'll go to the defensive side of the ball. I got to watch this guy a lot in college. If apparently he's got a degenerative knee issue, and they think his stock is going to dry up, and that's Caleb Downs out of Ohio State, safety. Minka-like tendencies. Minka, when he was on his high level with the Pittsburgh Steelers, tendencies. Nose for the ball, great tackler, all over the field, great sideline to sideline speed. I didn't really see issues with the knees at Ohio State. He was always available.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that could possibly work out for us. If he's there at our pick, I think we'd be dumb not to take a flyer on him. We have a need at safety. We can move Jalen Ramsey back to cornerback, either way. Or
we'd want to do that.
Yeah. Or, I don't know. But
I mean,
if Caleb,
strong safety, I don't know. He seemed to flourish a little bit. He's a big hitter, man. He just loves to hit people, and probably lost a step. You know what I mean? But loves to hit, man.
I mean, you can
get a chance to put body on a body, he does.
Or you could put Caleb Downs at free safety.
Yeah, there you go.
So either way, I think if he's there, I think the Steelers would be silly not to take a flyer on it.
Cool. Anything else standing out? Because I'm really
I
anxious
mean,
to talk about some Steeler news here and current players and the
yeah,
drama that surrounds them.
yeah.
Never a dull
I mean,
off-season
mo-
train.
honestly, the majority of the noise for me was the quarterback room, the wide receiver room, the needs for the football team. I didn't put a whole lot of stock in offensive line. Um, I like our offensive line. I think
Almost all of it.
CM,
Almost all of it.
yeah, I think Siamalu, we could probably let go, but I think there's a couple free agents that we could look at to fill that void.
Yeah, I think he definitely is.
Mm.
Let me see. Let me check it out. Well, let's talk. Are we ready to turn the page on that one? Because there was some big news just announced. I'll let you tee it up. The biggest news: Jonnu Smith.
Oh yeah, kind of saw that one coming.
Yeah, and it was not unexpected at all. So there's some other rumors floating out there. Let's just go down the list. I'll get your thoughts on it. Patrick Queen.
I think he stays.
I think
I
so.
think he stays.
I think so too.
I'm one of the. I don't have a problem with Patrick Queen. I thought he played pretty well down the stretch.
I thought he was solid.
He was
solid.
Who are you going to replace him with? That's the thing that's available. That's at his.
I think he was put in some tough positions sometimes too. I'm not going to put it all on him. Next guy, Kenny G. Whatever they have to do, they should sign this dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But you have to remember we spent a third round pick on a running back last year's draft in Caleb Johnson.
Where's Caleb Johnson? Seems like every time he gets a chance on the football field, he just underperforms.
Well, he goofed up a kickoff return, and we didn't see him until the last game of the season.
Right. So. He got put in Tomlin's doghouse, apparently.
Yeah. But, you do have some other options there if Gainwell becomes too expensive, because I feel like after the year he had, he's going to be pretty coveted by somebody. Maybe even Philly again.
Showed his value. Definitely.
Yeah.
So there's some big names out there too, floating around.
Yeah. I mean, Travis Etienne's going to be available, but I think he's going to get some money to be a starter elsewhere. Rico Dowdle, I'm not big on Rico Dowdle. You got J.K. Dobbins. Just can't stay healthy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need any more people. And then you got Aaron Jones, the old guy, played with Rodgers and was in McCarthy's system, but just didn't really, his age kind of, Father Time caught up with him in Minnesota last year. So,
you know what? And in cold weather, dude, that has to take a much harder toll on the body than warm weather players.
For sure. For sure.
Taking the same kind of hits, but when you're cold and brittle, dude, shit breaks a lot easier.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I'd
like to see Kenny Gainwell back, but I think he's going to be too expensive. How much money are you going to tie up in that room? You got to sign Jalen Warren to another extension too.
Yeah. Well, you definitely want to hang on to him too. So, yeah, I could see that. That's where the question mark lies in that. But now this dude, Calvin Austin, 3 touchdowns, 31 catches, under 400 yards. And the big news is he has a new agent. I heard that.
Well, hopefully his new agent can get him a deal elsewhere, because I'm ready to move on. I was ready to move on. Last year, everybody said, no, he's going to be different. He's got DK on the other side if they use him. No, dude can't get open. He had a couple drops last year. He showed up in kind of some big moments, but I need somebody that's consistent. There's too much inconsistency. That was
Well,
the problem with this team.
yeah, you need a threat, and you're right, consistency. And you know, isn't that what like mini camps and training camps and preseason is all about? And all right,
Yeah.
let's they cut it down one. So all right, let's say a game or two into the season, but you should be gelling into who you're going to
But
throw
the
it to.
only
You see this and blah blah.
the only thing that scares me is Aaron Rodgers going to get Calvin Austin paid? Because Aaron Rodgers sure loves him some Calvin Austin. It didn't show on the field, but he loves him some
No.
Calvin Austin.
Well, it's
Is
just
he?
words, just words.
I mean that's why we brought Valdez Scantling in last year. That's why he went out to get Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Rodgers loves him, and because Calvin Austin wasn't what we thought he was.
Apparently
no
not.
production. There's
Can't
no
get up.
production.
And well, you know what? I thought at the end of the year there, I'm like, what are our receivers not getting open? I mean, you know, the the presentation is great, but you don't get to see all that very much unless they have some high angle views and replay that they show you. But you don't get to, unlike being at the game. That's what's fun about being at the game is like you can just focus your attention on what are they seeing, what are they doing, and then watch how they're reacting. In the meantime, on the TV, all you're seeing is like the football carrier or the quarterback dropping back. You know what I mean? So, wish they had different. And I'm sure the technology's out there, but nonetheless,
Well, I will say too, JT.
they're not getting open. They're not getting able to catch the ball when it's thrown to them.
Well, it's a little bit of that, and it's the play calling. Arthur Smith's play calling was atrocious. You're going to see a night and day difference between Arthur Smith and Mike McCarthy when it comes to play calling. And one thing that intrigues me is, okay, we can go out, we can trade and get a number 2, but I do know that Mike McCarthy does utilize tight ends. So I think if we do hold on to Freiermuth and these trade speculations with Freiermuth go away, I think maybe Freiermuth could have a career year this next year because Jake Ferguson, the tight end for Dallas, was a Pro Bowl tight end with Mike McCarthy. When Mike McCarthy left and this new guy came in, Jake Ferguson disappeared. Disappeared. Just wasn't utilized whatsoever. It was all about getting at the CD and to George Pickens. So,
all right. Next name up, I'm going to skip ahead and then come back. Kyle Duggar.
I'd bring it back. I think he played pretty well for us. Couple picks.
He's 29.
Had the touchdown. I think he's a solid backup.
I wasn't disappointed in him. It just seemed like he was kind of an expendable guy.
I can only think of one play, and it was against Cleveland where he forgot how to cover somebody.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought he played pretty well.
That wasn't the only game and the only person that didn't forget how to cover.
Right.
It's not alone in that category.
Yeah. I think he thought it was two-hand tap. I didn't think he might not have thought it was tackle football.
Little side note here. I just want to mention that with the quality of the video and the slow motion, the high speed, high def cameras and everything, this year especially, I know several instances which then became highlighted on social media where it was kind of apparent somebody didn't necessarily want to hit that dude at all going in that direction. And it was like, oh, no, no. It's like so freaking obvious. The dude was told, like, nah, let him go, man. Let him pick one up here. Let him feel a pat on his back. I'd let you get that 20-yard run. Go ahead. But it was like,
we're going to let you earn your
seeing these
check.
nuances now because of the quality. Anyhow, side note, back on track. And this name here, Siamalu, 32. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think he had a rough year this past year.
He just hasn't meshed well. He hasn't meshed well with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Played very well in Philadelphia.
Shifting guys on his left-hand side.
Yeah, well, yeah. He just hasn't meshed well here. He's another guy that's not always available, and
Yeah, he has
I think
injury issues.
I think it's time to maybe hit the hay with that one. We got some young guys in the wing that could step up. We had some step up last year that played pretty admirably.
All right, and this one, let's go with this. Aaron Rodgers, just on Pat McAfee's show, and everybody was all hyped up that we might hear an announcement on there, and only to kind of go through the same thing again. But what's going on? What do you think? What do you think?
What's there to be hyped up about is my next question.
I know.
What's all the excitement of him coming back to Pittsburgh? Like, what happened that makes you we gotta have him? We gotta have him.
He loves the drama. He loves the drama, dude.
Loves
the attention.
I would rather go with Will Howard as my quarterback than to bring A-Rod back. I honestly believe that.
I guess that's where I'm leaning to with that. Not so much as like Aaron's going to be Aaron. But yeah. Do you think it's going to be better to have another year of him here with Will, a more engaging participant and a better preseason optimism, or where's that put Mason though? If you go plan B, let's just run with Will Howard. I don't see that happening, dude.
No.
As long as somebody over top of the Mike McCarthy to Mike Tomlin head coach.
TA, let's be honest here. Aaron Rodgers wants to go somewhere else. He doesn't want to come back. He's leaving the door open to go to Minnesota. He wants to go to Minnesota with Kevin McConnell. He wants to get somewhere else.
He has to finish the Favre legacy.
Right.
Right.
I honestly don't think Aaron wants to come back here, just for the simple fact Minnesota's open. They got a kind of a better situation on offense. Great play caller and Kevin McConnell. And I think the Mike Tomlin thing took a little bit out of him. Now I don't think Aaron's like, why do I go back now? Why should I go back?
The romance is over. Mikey broke his heart. Oh man. All right. So I'm on board. I don't care. Here's the thing. I don't care if we go 4-13, but Will Howard, we watch him every week grow and learn and get better and mature. I'm okay with that. Why? What is wrong with the Steelers just saying, you know what, we're going to blow it up. We're going to reset here, and we've got a plan on how to do it, and just rebuild. They hate that word. And I guess I lost him. He'll be back. Anyhow, I'm going to keep going with it. There was another name that popped up on my list here of players who probably will not be back, but participated. And here, we'll wait for him to come in. Hold on a second. Give me a break. Let me let him back in. There's quite a list of names here. Jabril Peppers is one. Would love to talk more about. And then in the quarterback room, Skylar Thompson. There could be movement there. He just bailed out. Yeah, man. We're gonna go ahead and Loudermilk, Cole Holcomb. That'd be a tough one for me to see, but those ones there. I certainly hope we get a chance to put some pen to paper with Gainwell if it's realistic, and then work on the wide receiver room. I guess without the producer here, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here, unless he can get back on in the next couple minutes. But we're going to get into deeper topics too. Definitely want to get into the Kyle Murray discussion at 28. Is he the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward? At 28, still young, still several years. But are we looking for 5-year quarterbacks? Or are we looking for our next one to come in? Justin Fields, that name's out there. Yeah. But there he goes. There's producer jump back in.
Where did Freight Train go, man?
I don't know. His internet was. You know what? I thought maybe he was having some trouble with that because he kept kind of flickering or stuttering or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to him, but you sure he wasn't busy playing Call of Duty like your friend Kyle Murray was, and that's why he was taking some spotty internet over there?
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's resetting it, so he'll be jumping back on. But yeah, thanks for coming in. But I'm on a Kyle Murray rampage right now. I'm just, as soon as Schefter made the post, it just went crazy with comments. Here he comes.
There we go. Back in the saddle.
Hey.
What happened?
Hold on, man.
Yeah, you're in.
My internet just decided to go down. Hold on a minute.
What happened?
I think Aaron Rodgers cut the internet cord.
He took out your internet.
Pulled the plug on you. He didn't want to. He didn't want to hear.
Are we still alive?
Did we get the right microphone this time?
Maybe.
Hold on.
Sounds like the.
Why is it? Hold on. I'm gonna try to. Hold on. I'm gonna get back here on my computer. Let me see. Hold on a minute, guys.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Don't worry. You're still doing better than Kyle Murray at quarterback. So.
Yeah, I'm going to keep going on that. So, God, it was just like same repost after repost with comments. I was like, what are we doing here? Are we seriously talking about having him? It's like, haven't we learned our lesson with the Mitch Trubisky's, the Russell Wilsons, the Justin Fields already? Kenny Pickett mixed in there somewhere? Like, what are we doing here? There he comes.
There we go. Maybe.
Yeah. Here, let him in.
All right. All right. Am I back?
Someone's knocking at the door.
You're back.
Somebody ringing the bell.
Aaron Rodgers cut my internet cord when I was talking about him.
That dirty rat.
All right. All right. So where are we at now? Let's catch back up here.
I'm finishing my Kyler Murray bitching.
Okay.
So, which is just me bitching Kyler Murray.
How it's not a good idea to go after him, right?
I think it's not. Personally, I mean,
no.
What direction are we want to go?
That's not what we're looking for.
No,
we're not looking for that. No, that doesn't solve anything.
When somebody, we've got to be more dynamic on offense, guys, and then more solid on defense. And we got to score points. You can't put 75% of the clock on your defensive back. You know what I mean? You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive teams back. But anyhow, ridiculous. The social media, ridiculous on that. I'm like, I hate this time of year. I hate this. Seems like Steelers go every single year with this quarterback thing. As soon as somebody is like going to get released, it's like,
but it's going to be like that until we get a young quarterback.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is to have a down year. That's why I'm saying Will Howard is the way to go. See
I
what
agree.
you have. There's been plenty, JT, there's been plenty of 5th, 6th, 7th round draft pick quarterbacks that have worked out fabulously for other teams.
Sure. Nothing's a given.
Who's to say
Mr.
this
Irrelevant.
kid is?
Look at Mr.
That's
Irrelevant.
right. You got Brock Purdy. Look at the best quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Brady.
Tom Brady. Joe Montana was a 4th round draft pick.
There you go.
So let's just see what we have instead of continuously going through a revolving door with veteran quarterbacks. Now this also, JT, this also opens
another. To him, you would have loved it. Yeah, I referred to him as the Steelers senior citizen for wayward quarterbacks and aging players.
Right. But JT, this also brings a whole another set of circumstances if you're going to go that route. Who's to say TJ Watt's going to want to stay here?
He wants a ring. Same situation his brother went through.
Who's to say Cam Hayward's not going to be like, you know what, I love Pittsburgh, but I need to go somewhere else to get my chance. You know,
hard to say.
Sometimes you have to get rid of your franchise stalwarts to hit the reset button. And I think we've already kind of transitioned to that with the head coach reset button. And I think the coach that we have now is there temporary, and I think there's somebody that we just don't know yet that's on the staff that's going to be next in line. I can't see the Rooneys hiring somebody like this for the short term. That's not how we roll. That's not how we've done it.
That's not how we roll. Yeah.
You know?
No.
So if we want to go that route with the quarterback, there's going to be other consequences. Some dominoes are going to have to fall, whether we like it or not. It's going to be hard to swallow, but that's the only way we can get this position turned around.
Well, McCarthy can work his wonder. As we know, Tomlin hasn't had such good luck developing young quarterbacks. So maybe he can. Maybe he can work his magic. Maybe we have something on the roster already that he can work with and make his magic. Or maybe we get into next year. We still keep Will on. And
I mean, I've heard some very good things about Will Howard.
Yeah, a lot of good things out there. So,
but we also heard really good things about Mason Rudolph as well.
Yeah.
And we all know how that's turned out.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
So well, let me get back to that. Any other names you want to pick before we jump here? We're kind of getting up on the clock. There's going to start to be even more mood now. Like the big tag that's gone by the wayside. So on the 11th, man, things are about to kick off. Here we go. So what'll that take us to? We should have some things to talk about.
Yeah. Well, one wide receiver is already off the board, DJ Moore. He got traded to the Bills.
I did see that. I think the Bills are ecstatic about that.
I don't think that's who we were looking for anyways.
No.
I really, I think everybody should really pay attention to this Brian Thomas Jr. thing. Where there's smoke, there's fires, and we've been involved with the Jaguars about this guy since last year.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. That was almost a deadline deal. So usually where there's smoke, there's fire. and honestly, Jacksonville, they could move on from him. They got that dude from Oakland last season. They traded for him. His name's escaping me, but they just signed him to a long-term deal, veteran guy. They got Parker Washington, young, good wide receiver. They got their number one pick. Right there it is, Travis Hunter. Their first-round pick last year, who plays both sides. I think I heard that they're going to mainly play him on defense, but some offense.
So, there you go. Good job, producer.
GT, I think you're muted. Or I'm just falling apart.
Mute? No. You just messing with me.
Maybe
All right.
Everything's falling apart here. I'm not a very good lip reader.
No.
Oh, shoot. Hold on a minute. Try it again.
We should have a lot to talk about. Yeah, you're getting it.
There we go.
Yeah, there should be some good news coming up next Thursday. So let's do this. Tune in Thursday night. 9 o'clock still looking for you. Looking good for you. Train.
Oh, yeah, I'll be on. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully a little bit less technical difficulties. This is kind of ridiculous.
Never fails. All right.
Oh, JT, before we go, there could be one more trade idea, and I wanted to save this for the very end because I can't wait to see your reaction. JT,
okay, go ahead.
Brandon Ayuk is going to be up for trade.
Oh, no. I don't want to do that again. Oh, you had me hook, line, and sinker on that one, dude.
Just a thought. He probably could be head for a 7th-round draft pick at this point.
You see this section right here?
That's a Brandon Ayuk gold spot.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
That one sprouted up right after that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, good to have you back. Freight Train producer, thanks for the back end setup stuff. We'll work on the echo stuff another time. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Steeler Nation, tune in next Thursday night. We'll be here at 9. That still works with all. In the meantime, have a great weekend, everyone. Careful in the hot tub. We'll see you next time.
Check back next week into the Steelers realm.